Yo, it's your boy Lelo Jones, and you watching Lelo in the Garden.
I'm in the garden, chilling in the garden, wilding in the garden. Looking for me, I'm in the garden. I'm in the garden, I'm in the garden. Can't find me in the street, but you might find me in the garden.
Today on In the Garden, we got Chrysalis' son, the author of The Complete Guide to Crystal Medicine. She gonna come through and tell us how these crystals work in correlation with the garden and how they can help these plants proliferate, baby. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chrysalis' son with BeTheVibe.com, and
What you gonna talk about today, Chrysalis? These crystals!
Hey, so I am a Reiki master. I do energy healing and I specialize in crystals. And so the thing with the crystals is that they work really well in the garden. They work really well with plants. And the reason why is because plants are a living thing, just like people are a living thing. So people use crystals to heal their bodies, heal themselves, get their energy up. And as Shaman Hands mentioned in the previous In the Garden broadcast video, he talked about how plants have auras. Well, people have auras too. Yeah, so basically what you can do with that is you can just take, if you have any type of crystals that around the house, or even if you go out and you buy some, all you have to do is simply put the crystals in the ground. And the way it works is that, you know, crystals are made up of minerals, like the same natural minerals that plants are made up of. And so when you combine the two, you know, their energies, you know, their auras combine, and they help each other. You know, the crystals will help the plants grow. They'll provide, you know, sunlight from their energy. They'll charge the garden, the ground, or even your plant if you have it in a pot. So that's pretty much the simplified version of how the crystals work with the garden as far as the science is concerned. So my practice, I found pretty much all crystals work good in the garden, but there's two that work really, really well. And the first one is calcite, which looks like this. This is green calcite. It comes in all different colors. It's a calcium carbonate. It's really, really good for healing. It's really, really peaceful crystal, really peaceful stone. Another stone that works really good is quartz, and any type of quartz. So clear quartz, amethyst, citrine, rose quartz, these are all in the same family. And I have a piece of rose quartz here, raw, because I like my crystals raw. And so the reason why I say that these are the best to use is because they're the most abundant minerals found on the earth. So quartz is considered a silicate in the silicate family, and it grows like crazy. I know even us being in Atlanta, like you can go mine rose quartz over at Stone Mountain. You know, if you're out, you know, digging in your garden, out in your backyard, you might notice some crystals that look like this, or even this, you know, so you can find them in your own backyard. So what I like to do is, like, so for something like this, you know, this is a tomato vine. And what I noticed with this vine is that, you know, for any plant that is gets a lot of leaves and like foliage like at the top, sometimes the bottom plants and fruits don't really get sunlight. They're not really getting water. They're not really getting energy. So what ends up happening is you'll start to see, like, you know, them getting a little like yellow and kind of dying. So instead of feeling like you need to cut, if you don't want to cut back the plant, if you want to kind of just cultivate and get it to go back, all you need to do is just take a crystal and just like drop it in here. You know, well, I'll put it down here. So you just, and a lot of times it's good to stick it in the ground. And so what will happen is that the energy from the crystal will start to draw out, you know, the energy from the earth, and it'll amplify it into the plant. And so it'll provide the sunlight energy, because crystals do hold sunlight. And then it has a lot of the same minerals that are found in the ground. And so the energy from the crystal will start to support the plants and fruits and things that are down there that may not be getting what the stuff on top is getting. So for those of you who may be just starting a garden, and if you're like me, I'm not very patient with my garden. Like when I plant seeds and, you know, root like plants and things, I want them to grow immediately, and that doesn't always happen. So what I've learned is that the crystals will actually help to speed up the process of the plant growing. So for example, you got this over here, which is some it looks like ginger.
Yep.
And ginger, I know for me, I know ginger takes a long time to sprout, you know, and grow. And so what you can do is, again, just simply put the crystal in there, and you'll notice, you know, within a week or so, even a little bit less, that, you know, the sprouts will start to come out up a lot faster. And I do know that rose quartz has a love vibration, so plants really respond well to rose quartz, like that heart energy, like that vibrating, like that love energy.
You know I had to bring her down to Shady Lanes to see the raised bed, man. Yeah.
Your raised beds are pretty dope.
Appreciate it.
These are pretty dope. Okay, so for me, yeah, I have a garden. I don't really have, my green thumb is like not on point. So I have moments where my stuff will grow really good, and then I have moments where I'll neglect the hell out of my garden. I'll go out of town, forget to tell somebody to water it. I put a plant in the corner, and then, you know, some days later I notice it's dying because I ain't talked to it, touched it, stuff like that. So that's the main reason why I utilize the crystals, because I'm not always there to give them that attention. So the crystals do that work for me. So for example, you got the pots, right? You know, this is really beautiful. However, you're noticing that, you know, again, it's kind of, you know, having some little struggles over here. And a lot of it too is because, you know, as much as we can put in the soil and the pots, there's still a lot of nutrients and things that the plants may not be getting. So if you have that house plant that may be like struggling or dying, then again, you know, you can take the crystals, just stick it in the soil in the pot, and then it'll help to facilitate it growing back, basically. And I've noticed like comebacks real quick. Like I have a couple ferns I've saved, because anybody who has a fern knows you gotta water them things like constantly, you know. And I love them because they're beautiful, but you know, like I said, my green thumb game ain't always 100%. So I just drop them crystals in there, and then they're good to go. Give them about 3-4 days, and they start coming back.
So, had to have a sit down. I want to know what's going down in this book. You know what I'm saying? You didn't tell me about that. Y'all done cut that away from me. I want to know what's popping off in this book. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the Complete Guide to Crystal Medicine, it started because you know, I've been studying rocks and minerals since I was 13, and then I've been doing energy healing for the past like 5 years. Okay. So recently I had people coming to me asking me to teach a class on using crystals for healing. But when I tried to put the class together, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I was already.
It seemed like it's a lot of information.
It's a lot of information, especially what I know. So I was already writing a handbook, and I decided like I couldn't focus on putting the class together and doing the handbook. Right. So I just said I'll just do the handbook.
Yeah. Okay. So what is in the handbook? Just a little brief tidbits. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell us everything. Just a little sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? To make the information taste a little better.
Okay, so you know, basics is, you know, I'm talking about the history of crystals. Okay. You know, crystal medicine, how they, you know, way back to like the Egyptians, how they used it. The Chinese used it. I'm talking about you know, the science of crystal medicine. Okay. I'm talking about how to use the crystals, how to field identification. You know, so you know how you go and you tell people how to identify certain plants. Right. I'm teaching people how to go out and identify certain crystals.
Oh wow. So that's dope. That's dope. And I know you getting some knowledge from the cosmos too. I know you gonna sprinkle some down that in there too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah. So basically, I'm including a chapter on crystal grids.
Oh wow.
So I love crystal grids. That's the stuff that comes down, like you said, from the cosmos. A lot of the sacred geometry, alchemy, like that aspect of it. So I'm not putting that all of that information in that book. The complete information for the grids will be a whole separate book.
Okay.
But I'm just
okay,
gonna
okay.
introduce it in this one.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Well, where can they get the book? You know what I'm saying? Where can you find it? Like, what's up?
Okay, so what's up is I got a website. It's bethevibe.com, and if you go to that website, if you go to products, you'll see pre-sale. So the book actually will be released September 1st, and I am publishing with Supreme Design Publishing, which is I don't know how many people out there I'm not sure a lot of people out there are familiar with Supreme Understanding. So I have a partnership with him to publish under his publishing company.
Okay.
But it's on pre-sale right now on the website. It's $19.99. When it does release, it'll go up. The price will go up. So only the first 100 copies is $19.99, and they're already going. They're already selling. So, yep.
Okay, I need to go ahead and put my little $20 down.
Well, you know, I got you. You know, I'll put yours to the side.
Cool. So, bethevibe.com products, and that's where they can find the book.
Yep.
Pre-sale September 1st is dropping.
Yes.
Well, the book dropping and the price going up. Cool. Well, where can they find you on social media, anything like that, if they want to get in contact with you and get some of this energy? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on Facebook, Chrysalis Sun. I'm on Instagram, Chrysalis Sun. Therapeutic Vibrations is my company. My website's bethevibe.com, and then I have my own YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's Therapeutic Vibrations. And so I got a bunch of videos up there about crystals.
Okay, cool. Well, y'all do see she rocking one of them fresh cracker cosmic creation tie-dye, you know what I'm saying? The chakra style.
Yes,
you know
chakra
what I'm saying?
style.
Yeah, we get it in like that. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, with promo code BELOW15.
Okay. 50% discount. You already know. Well, I hope y'all got a lot of good information about these crystals and how they work together, since they from the earth, how they help the earth, and that in turn to help your plants, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole earth is a garden, you know what I'm saying? You got stuff growing every which way up out the ground, you know what I'm saying? So next thing you need to put in the ground is crystals next to your plant. Let what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. Well, y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
Oh, give you your crystals.
Oh, I got me some crystals.